Gary Speed. Gary Speed was a famous footballer and manager from Wales. He played for well-known English clubs like Leeds United, Newcastle United, Everton, and Bolton. People respected him for being honest, hard-working, and always professional. After retiring, he became the coach of the Wales national team and started to bring success back to his country's football. But on November 27, 2011, shocking news spread. Gary Speed was found dead at his home, and it was reported as a suicide. Fans could not believe it because only hours earlier, he had been on TV, smiling and talking happily. He was actually found dead in his home by hanging himself. He has been dealing with some mental problems. The football world mourned deeply. Players and managers spoke about the importance of mental health, especially for those under pressure. Gary Speed's death helped football become more aware and open about emotional well-being. Junior Malanda. Junior Malanda was a young footballer from Belgium who played for the German club VfL Wolfsburg. He was only 20 years old and had a bright future ahead. Everyone saw him as one of Belgium's next stars. But on January 10, 2015, tragedy struck. Malanda was traveling by car to meet his team when his vehicle lost control during heavy snow and flipped several times. He was not wearing a seatbelt and was thrown out of the car, dying instantly. The news shocked football fans everywhere because he was so young and full of life. Then the matches across Europe began with moments of silence in his memory. His death reminded people that how wearing a seatbelt can save lives. Clubs also started advising players to travel safely, no matter how short the distance. Junior Malanda is still remembered as a kind, talented, and promising player whose dream was ended too soon. José Antonio Gallardo. José Antonio Gallardo was a young Spanish goalkeeper who played for Malaga. In 1986, during a match, he had a serious collision with one of his teammates while trying to save a goal. He was taken to the hospital with a head injury, but seemed to recover after a few days. Sadly, a few weeks later, he suddenly became very sick and died from a brain hemorrhage caused by the earlier injury. He was only 23 years old. His death deeply shocked Spanish football, and people realized how dangerous head injuries could be if not treated carefully. After this tragedy, doctors and clubs began to monitor head injuries more closely. Today, players who suffer head impacts are given strict medical checks before returning to the field. Gallardo's story helped improve safety standards in football. He is remembered as a brave and talented player. Hermann Gaviria. Hermann Gaviria was a talented Colombian midfielder who played for Deportivo Cali and represented Colombia in the 1998 FIFA World Cup. He was respected for his energy and leadership on the field, but on October 24, 2002, a tragic and rare accident happened. During a training session, lightning struck the football field, killing Gaviria instantly and injuring several players. Another player, Giovanni Cordoba, later died from the same strike. The entire football world was shocked. No one could imagine such a disaster happening during training. After this event, football organizations in Colombia and other countries made new safety rules to stop players from training during thunderstorms. Gaviria's death made everyone very sad. He is remembered not only as a great footballer, but also as someone whose story saved many future lives by changing sports safety forever. Clément Pinault. Clément Pinault was a young French footballer who played as a defender for Clermont Foot. He was known for his quiet personality, hard work, and love for the game. In January 2009, he suddenly started feeling unwell and went to the hospital for a checkup. Doctors thought it was nothing serious, but 2 days later, he died of a brain aneurysm, a sudden bleeding inside the brain. He was only 23 years old. His death was a big shock because he had passed all his health tests before. The tragedy taught football clubs that some medical problems cannot always be found easily. French clubs began to increase their focus on hidden health risks. His club retired his shirt number 14 in his honor. Clément Pinault's story is both sad and educational. It shows that even healthy athletes must take every small sign of illness seriously. Serginho. Serginho, whose full name was Paulo Sergio Oliveira da Silva, was a Brazilian defender playing for São Caetano. On October 27, 2004, during a league match against São Paulo, he suddenly collapsed in the middle of the game. Medical staff rushed to help, take him to the hospital, but sadly, he died soon after. When his medical records were checked, it was found that he had an enlarged heart and had used performance-enhancing substances. This caused a huge scandal in Brazilian football and started a national debate about the pressures athletes face to perform. Authorities strengthened medical checks to prevent future tragedies. His teammates and fans mourned him deeply. Serginho's death became a turning point for football health standards in Brazil. His story reminds everyone that health must always come before fame or success. Hakan Çalhanoğlu's cousin. In 2009, a terrible car accident in Germany killed several young Turkish-German footballers, including a cousin of Turkish star Hakan Çalhanoğlu. They were traveling to a match when their minibus crashed with another vehicle. The accident was so serious that no one survived. The tragedy deeply affected Hakan and his family. This incident made many clubs pay attention to travel safety for youth teams, ensuring players use safe vehicles and proper supervision. It also showed that behind every young athlete's dream is a tragic end. This tragedy brought a forever sadness to the family and lost a bright star of the future. This incident made the football world very sad, and we will always remember him and he will never be forgotten. Cristian Gómez. Cristian Gómez was an Argentine defender who played in the second division for Atlético Paraná. He was known for his hard work and discipline. On May 24, 2015, while playing in a match against Boca Unidos, Gómez suddenly collapsed on the pitch. Sadly, there was not enough medical support at the stadium. He was taken to the hospital but was declared dead shortly after. The cause was found to be dehydration and exhaustion, not a heart problem. His death caused national outrage in Argentina as people blamed the poor emergency system and lack of preparation in smaller clubs. As a result, new rules were made to ensure every football match had proper medical staff and equipment. Gómez's death brought painful lessons but helped improve safety for future players. He is remembered as a fighter who gave everything to the game, and his story reminds us that every player deserves care and protection on the field. Chaswe Nsofwa. Chaswe Nsofwa was a Zambian striker remembered for his smile and goal-scoring passion. On August 29, 2007, while training with his club Hapoel Be'er-Sheva in Israel, Nsofwa was standing in the training ground and collapsed suddenly. Despite quick medical attention, he was declared dead from cardiac arrest before reaching the hospital. He was just 27. After only a day of his passing, another footballer in Israel had collapsed, shocking the local sports community. Nsofwa had represented Zambia internationally and was admired for his positive attitude and discipline. His death prompted Israeli clubs to install better medical equipment and trained staff at training grounds. Though gone too soon, Nsofwa's name remains in the hearts of fans back home, remembered as a player of the game. Subscribe if you like this video.